And this is actually another kind of short notice fight. Originally, this fight was supposed to be Robert Bryczek versus Albert Duraev, but Albert Duraev actually had to pull out because of probably like a weight issue or something. But he actually got cut from the UFC after that pullout because I feel like this guy's been pulling out too many times, so they actually cut him. Um, Stepping in is going to be Ihor Potieria. He's actually dropping down to middleweight for this fight on short notice, so that's kind of interesting, really, there because he usually fights at 205. Ihor Potieria, he is 20-5. He is actually 2-3 in his last five. He's coming off of that knockout loss to Rodolfo Bolato, uh, fighting against Robert Bryczek, 17-5, 5-0 in his last five. He's coming off a KO win, but this is going to be literally his UFC debut here. So we're going to see some action on him as well. Uh, Odds for this fight right now, Robert's actually a minus 195, open up at a minus 275. So people have been taking some Ehor dog action here. Alex, I'll let you start off this breakdown between Ehor and Robert. What do you think about this?
Yeah, so this fight's pretty funny. Ihor moving down a weight class, like you mentioned. Um, so in his last fight against Bellotto, I severely underrated Ihor's chances. I remember stuffing Bellotto in a parlay, just one parlay. But man, that fight was a huge sweat. It was he Ihor probably should have won, but the ref thankfully
Hmm.
kept that fight going. I think Ihor was something like a plus 300 underdog. Um, so, looking back at that fight, Ihor against Bellotto, it's clear Ihor had a speed advantage and he utilized that very well. But, I still stand by what I said in my last Ihor breakdown, which is that, I don't rate Ihor that highly. I don't know why. I don't think he's that good. Um, So in this fight, he's not going to have as severe of a speed advantage. So, pick is going to be Robert to win in his UFC debut match. I think Robert Bryczek is a very solid fighter. He looks good on the feet, and he seems to have great distance management. So, um, yeah, give me Robert in his UFC debut.
Yeah, Ehor's all offense striker. I mean, he likes to finish the fight quickly, finish his opponent quickly, moves forward, pressures his opponent. I think he has legit power, and I think the move down to middleweight, albeit it's on short notice, I think it should help him in this area. I feel like he's going to have more power in this. Like you mentioned, though, I feel like he is going to lose that speed advantage, but the power advantage should still be there for him. He just has some suspect defense overall. Yeah, just watching the fight between him and Carlos Oberg, Carlos was just like sniping this dude like left and right, north and south. Like I'm surprised Ihor lasted as long as he did. He was just getting pieced up like crazy once the fight started. Um, his chin and has just been cracked. I mean, his legs have been destroyed in the UFC thus far. Just not good defense. Tends to fade after round one. It's like below average cardio too. So yeah, it's just not. I don't know if he's going to be in the UFC too long, based on how his performances have been going thus far. He also has a suspect 57% takedown defense, so he can also get taken down himself. Robert, I mean, this is going to be his UFC debut. He's supposed to fight Albert Duraev. I do feel like the UFC is probably trying to set this dude up. He has some pretty cool highlights. Good striker, likes to use body shots to wear down his opponents. Has KO power. His last five wins have all been round one KOs. So this guy's like just straight up finishing people like really quickly. Good movement. The one thing that I like about him, and I feel like this is what's going to determine the fight, is he can actually slip and duck some strikes coming in, as opposed to Ehor, who just kind of lets strikes come to him. I think that Robert also likes to end fights pretty quickly, same as Ehor. So pick here is going to be Robert by KO. I think he has the better gas tank and defense than Ehor. The under 1.5. I mean, I'm tempted to play this, man. I just feel like both these guys are just going to bang it out. It's minus 260 now, open up at minus 220. Yeah, I think I'm going to stuff that in the parlay, to be honest, even though it's like only a round and a half. Uh, yeah, I just feel like these guys just like to get finished or finish each other. So yeah, give me that. Uh, but I could talk myself into the Robert minus 195. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I feel like the under 1.5 is a little bit better for this fight.